coming in, and it's been the first calm night along the border, and as was scheduled at noon, that conversation has taken place on the hotline. The DGMOs have spoken, the India-Pakistan DGMOs. This is really to cement the ceasefire that was announced on Saturday. Both have acknowledged the first night without hostilities. Remember, while it has been calm, there has been a certain amount of trepidation as well, given that earlier on Saturday when the ceasefire was announced, we did see some amount of aggression from Pakistan coming in with the drones flying in overhead. But now that is the big breaking news. The India-Pakistan DGMOs have spoken as was scheduled to keep that conversation, really going. And India has said it will not be any higher than this. It will be only kept at the DGMO level, this conversation. Let's go across to Aishwarya, who's been tracking all these developments. Aishwarya, earlier you were tracking that high-level meeting at the Prime Minister's residence that came ahead of this DGMO talks, this hotline talks that were to take place. And also at 2:30, there will be a briefing in which we will learn more about what was spoken.
Well, that's for the first time after the ceasefire announcement. The DGMO level talks have concluded at 1200 hours via hotline. The DGMO of India and Pakistan got connected, and both agreed that that last night was without any hostilities. It was peaceful amongst the border areas of India and Pakistan, and there would be more details that would be shared very soon at the press briefing that is expected at around 2:30 p.m. It is, of course, the high-level meeting simultaneously that was underway at the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg at Prime Minister's residence. And we all saw those visuals, Prime Minister chairing those meetings. And that has also been concluded just a few minutes back. I saw NSA Ajit Doval and Air Chief also leaving from 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. It was Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, along with Tri-Service Chiefs and NSA, CDS, all were present at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. And of course, at a time when the DGMO level talks were underway. Yes, that's the big news as far as the talks were concerned. Remember, it was earlier announced by the Foreign Secretary that on 12th of May at 1200 hours, there would be the talks between the DGMO, between India and Pakistan, that will be done. As far as the agenda is concerned, there was nothing apart from de-escalating the situation along with the line of control. The bilateral agreement, the understanding between India and Pakistan was all about the kinetic action and halt of any sort of firing at air, land or sea between India and Pakistan, and how from here on the situation will de-escalate is something that had been only one point agenda. Of course, the meeting has ended, and further details are awaited. But Prime Minister also was briefed about the latest developments. He took the stock of the situation. Defence Minister and External Affairs Minister both briefed Prime Minister about the current situation, and now all eyes would be at 2:30 p.m. when this all-important briefing by the Department of Military Affairs, a DGMO level officer would be conducting and would be giving more details about it.
That's right, Aishwarya. So we are expecting more details. Another very welcome sign of, some of normalcy in a sense returning is the opening up of airports and, along in our border areas and border states that were closed for the last couple of days, those 32 airports. But also we saw a press briefing by the BJP in which they lauded the entire Operation Sindoor and once again, reiterated the points that had been made by the services yesterday when that briefing took place regarding, the extent of Operation Sindoor and how army bases and air bases were destroyed inside Pakistan. So we're expecting that briefing to take place around 2:30. Meanwhile, the Congress, continuing with its demand that there should be a special session. They feel that, and they're asking that the government needs to, give more clarity about everything that took place and how this ceasefire was arrived at.
Well, certainly, the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi has written a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, three demands from the Congress party and the opposition that the government should call a special session of parliament and give details about Operation Sindoor. Number two, the Congress party also demanding an all-party meeting that should be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi this time. And thirdly, why the third party had intervened, why the United States of America President Donald Trump announced the ceasefire while the opposition thinks that it is completely a bilateral matter. The Bharatiya Janata Party on its own is doing a huddle. JP Nadda yesterday chaired a high-level meeting as well, in which we saw Ashwini Vaishnav and senior leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party came today as well. BJP President JP Nadda is at the BJP headquarters. The meeting is scheduled at 1 p.m. We have been told by our sources that Bharatiya Janata Party had called all the general secretaries, and there would be directions that would be given from the top BJP leadership to all the MPs, union ministers, general secretaries, and the cadres in large number to
Right.
send off
Right,
a message to the
sorry to
entire
interrupt
country
you
while
there. I'm
holding.
just going to go across to our colleague Nazir Masoodi, who joins us from Poonch and has been sending us those reports. And Nazir, the Chief Minister Omar Abdullah also in the area meeting with those whose houses have been destroyed, those who were injured as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what government is supposed to do. Reach out to those who have suffered badly because of this confrontation, and the shells from Pakistan have landed here in the residential areas and the religious places as well, and they have caused massive damage to property and the lives. So many people have been killed in this particular area and so many have been injured. Now it is the responsibility of the government to reach out to those affected people and rebuild lives. They cannot bring back the lives, but at least they can reach out to those. That's exactly Chief Minister is trying to go, visiting the families of deceased and also seeing the extent of damage which has been caused to the properties here. I visit some of the congested neighborhoods where in fact two children had died, Zain and Zoya, two siblings, and when shells landed there. So it is people are still trying to come to terms with the loss, even as over the last 24 hours things are limping back to normal, and there's no shelling from across the border. It was after 3 weeks. People are heaving a sigh of relief, and there's no, in a sense, tension. People only hope that it stays and it holds on, as both the DGMOs have spoken to each other, and it has been, was as per the schedule. DGMOs were supposed to speak to each other today to take this ceasefire understanding forward, so that there's no other misunderstanding or the violation of the ceasefire understanding.
All right. Thanks so much, Nazir, for joining us with all those details. So that's